Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another broadcast of the qualifier here for the Fusion Esports League, the Cracov 2025 qualifier number 2, the global qualifier course. We're here, we're back. I'm course host VIP with you and joined by these amazing players, by the people in chats, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to the online qualifiers for the major offline event happening in Poland, happening in Krakow. If you're in the chat, !B as the bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we are jumping into the first round. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Italian Terran player, we have the red Terran. It is BabyMarine. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss from the land of the Netherlands. It is HiGhDrA. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 3. Here we go. Now, once again, we were live last night, 24 hours ago, just over 24 hours ago at this point, with our previous qualifier, with qualifier number 1. From that event, we were able to feature some key players making it through, of course. We had 2 qualified players. We had, just quickly double checking, we had Skillis from the upper half of the bracket, and we had SOS from the lower half. So Skillis and SOS, they made it through into the main event. We're here to determine which other 2 players will join them in the main event as well. Also, a big shout out to Kashim, share my papi, share my. Kashim is organizing the event, and he did let us know last night that the players that are going to be invited have already been predetermined, and we'll be getting those announcements soon TM as to which players will be joining those qualified players as a part of said main event. That's going to be happening soon. It's going to be happening in the next couple of days. Look forward to it. Do look forward to it. Until then, double gas opener here at BabyMarine, and welcome to Pylon. Pylon is one of the more aggressive maps of the map, full of shorter rush distance by ground, more direct attack path as well, and a little more, I should say, accessible third and natural bases. So as a result, we do often see a little all-ins. A double gas opener leads into a faster factory, leads into a more tech-heavy style, can lead into an all-in. Oh boy, let's go. Let us go. For the time being, we are moving out. Reaper does move out to scout across the map. It is going to be Reaper first into Reactor. No fast tech lab. Otherwise, we could have seen a faster add-on swap into Cyclone, into early play or early Cyclone production. From here, we can go factory into a delayed tech lab, into a faster starport, into potentially add-on swap into Banshee play. We got options. For now, no add-on. Widowmine first. Widowmine first here at BabyMarine. Likewise, Reaper tries, Reaper tries to poke in, but HiGhDrA will shut it down. Very nice play. HiGhDrA himself went for a standard opener, went for a gate, expand into Cybercore, into his tech of choice. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener out of HiGhDrA. Everything looking normal, everything looking standard. This should lead into Blink, but how many gateways is the question? 2 gate, 3 gate, or 4 gate Blink Stalker? How many gases is he going to take? How long is he going to stay on 2 bases? How quickly does he try to expand? Based on the opener, as the mine shot doesn't go off. Nice delay on the SC. HiGhDRA's all over this. HiGhDrA, he shuts down the Reaper, he harasses across the map, he delays the CC, the Adept, he baits. He tries to bait it out as well, gets some extra shots in. Again, very nice moves here from HiGhDRA in the early game, and we do see BabyMarine, he's now going for the tech lab. So double Widowmine into a tech lab. Widowmine drop first, but from here we can go into tank production or even Cyclone. Adept does shade in, that should not have happened, and does get a free scout of the main. So does get eyes on the add-ons. We can see a bit of a supply block here for BabyMarine. Yeah, brutal supply block because the CC was delayed. Adept does not get an SCV, thankfully, but tank production has begun. That's going to be earlier tank production here. Oh, okay. It's going to be earlier tank production. Chat. Gamba time, baby, Gamba time. Also, before I get ahead of myself, as we're moving out with our mine drop across the map, as the drop play is commencing, HiGhDrA fully walls up, and a big shout to BabyLinks in the chat. Thank you so much for 38 months. That's a lot of months. Also for being the first quacker as well. Thank you so much for the support, for the many years of support as always. Thank you, BabyLinks. The BabyLinks. Thank you so much. As the initial drop is heading in towards the main. Does head in towards the main. Blink is not yet done, but there are plenty of stalkers in position. And HiGhDrA does reaction time, does pull away. Mine shot's about to go up. They get 1. They get just the 1 for now. Ooh, just one. Pro for 2 Widow Mines. Better defense here for HiGhDrA. HiGhDrA shuts this down, and HiGhDrA expands as well. So third base is on the way. Behind this had a full wall setup here. We were curious when the gases were going to be taken. It looks like we had double gases here. Rovo into a Bay. Bay is after the third base, but the third base was a little bit more delayed here in favor of all this defensive setup. So later third base here for HiGhDrA, but he's working towards Colossus. Meanwhile, BabyMarine, he's pushing out. This is a Beyond push. Now, what is a Beyond push, you might add? You might ask even. A Beyond move out is when you push without stim. No stim with this army. These are vanilla Marines, but the tanks, there are already 2, soon to be 3 tanks. This hits very hard. And if BabyMarine can get on top of the third base with those tanks, if he can siege up within range, he can shut it down and potentially get a kill. Ooh, and HiGhDrA, he does miss it. Yeah, he does miss the rotation, does miss the army. Tanks able to siege, and he's within range. Yeah, he's within range. That's a kill, not a cancel on the pylon. The base is under fire. This is going to be a tough hold here for HiGhDrA, as the base is already going down. He tries to come in from behind. Tank shots going up, and he can't engage the base. Down to less than half HP. Yeah. Picks off a couple of Marines. At the same time, a Raven harass into the main base. Does go for the dive. He has to, but oh god, he gets 1 tank. He barely gets 2, but he gets punished for it. So many stalkers going down. Oof, as he will lose how many? I'm afraid to look. 6 stalkers go down. 1 tank survives. The base is very low, and he does not save the expansion. Suddenly, that was not worth it. HiGhDrA to lose all those stalkers, to kill 2 tanks, but to not save the base. That was the purpose. That was the goal, to save the expansion, and he fails to do so. Again, these early move outs can be brutal if you don't see them coming. And again, HiGhDrA, he was out of position. What happened? The pants were down, baby. They were the pants were down, and now suddenly, despite the better start for HiGhDrA, I would say that the early game went in his favor. Coming in towards the mid game, he did kind of miss the move out. He missed the army, and now BabyMarine is in a very commanding position. And now he can hit with Stim. Stim is finishing up combat shields. +1 is on the way. He's building up more Raxes, building up more Bio. Third CC is in production, halfway done at this point. Actually, I would say a better economy here for BabyMarine. A third base is on par with the third base of the Protoss. Cashes out the Observer. And HiGhDrA, he's in a rough place here. Things are looking a little bit dire. Now, it's not impossible for HiGhDrA to bounce back, but it is looking quite bleak. He's going to have to take a really strong fight. If he can catch the army unsieged, if he can catch out some of the bio like this, if he can knock down a full medevac drop, for example. Like, there are ways for HiGhDrA to recover, but there's a lot of pressure on him, for sure. So now he's trying to keep up with the army rotations. Trying to keep up with BabyMarine. Oh no! Gonna lose 1, 2, 3. 3 stalkers go down. HiGhDrA was distracted. Distracted by the mine drop. Or sorry, by the Raven harass. I was distracted. And not like this, papi. Not like this. As BabyMarine, he loads up, jumping in towards the main. HiGhDrA, remember, he lost 6 stalkers earlier, so he's having less stalkers to help defend, to help rotate between the bases. Deny these drops. And BabyMarine is pulling HiGhDrA apart. Army coming in from the south side or from the center. Sneaking up on the third. Drop into the main. HiGhDra's keeping up. HiGhDra so far so good. He's defending with the bare minimum right now. Thankfully, he does leave his army at the third. Meanwhile, BabyMarine, again, we spoke about, he has the economic advantage. Again, he's on a proper 3-base saturation. HiGhDrA, he should have a 4th at this point. Like, the HiGhDrA, the Protoss player, needs to be up an expansion compared to the Terran, and that is not happening. He needs that base. Now going for a gateway explosion. BabyMarine is going to be the first to max out. We'll be able to max. Aye. And we'll see. Oh, Jesus. And again, we'll see if he can recover here. Now, with these Colossus, there's always potential, but you can already see that the BabyMarine, he's building up Vikings. That's a lot of Vikings here. 6, soon to be 8 Vikings already for BabyMarine. Just a hefty Viking count. Bio army's built up as well. HiGhDrA is claiming his 4th base again to late 4th. Now, if HiGhDrA can slow the game down, if he can buy some time to saturate his 4th, then sure, he can get in this. Likewise, okay, Novas, that's a way to recover in this game. 2nd Robo's on the way. He's going for double Destructor production. And if he can land some of these Novas ahead of time before the main fight occurs, then likewise, he can deter a push here from BabyMarine. As the Raven has starts to continue. Oh, nice catch. Raven barely does survive. Whew, does get away. There's that 4 CC for BabyMarine. As we mentioned a while ago, BabyMarine is going to be the first to max, and you can see he's maxing out. He has a very heavy Marauder army. We got 20 Marauders, 32 Marines, we got 1 tank, we got 10 Vikings, 6 Wooden Mines. We have a death ball of an army. And this is the kind of army that can stim and win. Nova goes up, doesn't connect. That was the only Nova. That was the only Disruptor. And without any more Novas, I mean, I had to... good. Protoss players, look away, baby, look away. His Vikings are going to town. They get one of the Colossus. Nice force fields. They will buy some time. Yeah, they buy some time. They slow down the push. Oh, another Nova is available. Okay. Oh no, that Nova does not go off. Bit of miscontrol there. Disruptor was exposed. We do have one more Nova. Does not connect. And every Colossus falls. Every Colossus goes down. That's 3 Colossus falling. The Vikings, they land. And there's no saving this. There's no saving the expansion. Nice connection. Very nice Nova towards the end. But again, we needed that earlier as a problem. We needed like 2 of those or 3 of those earlier. Speaking of, oh my god, the splits are not there. Where are the splits, Pappy? Where are the splits? As SCVs were going down. And HiGhDrA, can he hold on? Can he survive? Another Nova zones. Same time, auto start harass at the 4th base. So far, again, it was a brutal defense here from HiGhDrA, but he is surviving. He's holding. And he can clean this up. BabyMarine, he hasn't been rallying across the map. But the base goes down. Yeah, the expansion does fall. Snipes the Nexus, that's all he wanted. We can see HiGhDrA expanding on the right-hand side. A pull to move. Going for the ninja base. Going for the corner expansion. Ooh, EMP connects. HiGhDrA does get another tank. And again, he's holding on. He's treading water. Oh god, that's an ambitious move. Yeah, the base is cancelled. There's no saving the Nexus. Oh, we do see HiGhDrA out positioned, and BabyMarine, he's going straight for the mineral line. Straight for the 4th base. Denies the warp in. Warp in is denied. There it goes off. This time we split, but ooh, connections are still. I mean, we're still connecting. But HiGhDrA, he will lose all these probes. 19, 20 probes going down. Not like this. Oh, it's a medevac. But this is the army. This is all we have left here for HiGhDrA. He's got 4 disruptors, and again, if these Novas can connect, like, he can still hold on, and he can maybe actually get this base up and running. If so, we can recover. But he's still a ways away. You can already see here, BabyMarine, he has a bank. He's trying to spend his money. Looks like he did miss some macro cycles. He's on his ARAXs. Still building up. And HiGhDrA is down to 47 workers, again, barely an economy. Colossus are back up and running. Okay, okay. Got the Colossus. Remember, they're in Vikings. There it goes off, it turns away. There's our zoning. The army does him in. Oh! Ooh, another brutal connection. There it goes off. BabyMarine going to be forced back. Again, he's only fighting with a portion of his army. He has not been rallying. And BabyMarine is about to max out. That's max. Now going back into Vikings. At this point, we could do with a Fusion Core, with Liberated Range, with Liberated Production. BabyMarine, he has not been teching. has been tunnel visioning a little bit here. And likewise, he's unaware of the top right-hand base. Doesn't know that there is some economy. Nothing major, but some. And he's about to find out. He's going to scout with his own CC. Like, wait a minute. And they should know that, I should say, HiGhDrA should not be able to save this. He should not be able to hold on to that base. We'll see if we even get there. Nova's going up. They graze the army. They're getting a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders, nothing major. And the army breaks through. The army does break through. Does spot top right, is now aware. And we're about to go on a big rotation to knock down all these bases. Yep, first going for center right. Better concave here on top of the low ground. HiGhDrA, the Novas are almost ready. Yeah, they're popping up. Novas are ready. Despite that, Disruptor's going to be going down. Some of the Novas will connect. Not bad. We get some decent connections. Once again, HiGhDrA is holding on. At the same time, we do see reinforcements rally towards top right. He's morphing in the planetary next to the Nexus. Let's go. Yeah, planetary is done. HiGhDra's going to try to fight for it. He's going to have to push into a planetary. Oh. Nova's going up. Takes down the SCVs. Planetary will go down, but here comes the reinforcements. Here comes the surround. Oh, never goes off. HiGhDrA. He's going to be able to hold on to the high ground here. Nice juggling. Very nice. Prisms the MVP. Saves the expansion. And again, BabyMarine, I don't know if you can tell here, but he's oversaturated. He's not mining efficiently. Like, he does have a higher worker count, but you can see here 25 out of 16. You can see here some idle workers. You can see here as well, so we have oversaturation. BabyMarine, he has not been expanding. He's not been macroing. A big part of this also because he didn't know that there was already a fourth base. He didn't know that this ninja base has been up. I mean, BabyMarine, he's still in the driver's seat, but... La casita, baby. Oh, God. As Disruptors are targeted, Prism goes down, Colossus as well. And here comes the final fight. BabyMarine, he stims, and he wins. GG gets called, and BabyMarine will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. He will take a lead in the series. I will say, though, that even though BabyMarine, he had a very strong start. When I say strong start, I would say the early game was better for HiGhDrA, but once the third base went down for HiGhDrA, he was on the back foot. He was on the back foot. He was trying to recover from that moment forward. He was in a really rough position, and it was a rough road to recovery there for HiGhDrA. He was able to take some better engagements. We saw that BabyMarine, he wasn't splitting. He took some massive Novas to the face, a lot of Novas to the face, but alas, despite that, it wasn't enough to recover. It wasn't enough to make up for the earlier losses, and HiGhDrA did not recover. Barely not. With that, GG. With that, GG well played. BabyMarine, who was able to run away with it, and with that, he was able to snowball out of control. Despite some rougher engagements, and despite not taking, despite not expanding, he still did over well. And now we're getting into game number 2, going to be loading into Tokamak. Let's go. Let's go. As we are jumping into game number 2. And we'll see if HiGhDrA can recover. I mean, again, imagine a world where HiGhDrA didn't lose his third. Based on how some of these fights are going, if HiGhDrA wasn't behind economically from the get-go, then I can see a world where he could have surpassed BabyMarine, where he could have overwhelmed and recovered and persevered. Obviously, you could also argue that maybe because BabyMarine was so far ahead, that's why he was a little bit rough around the edges there. Maybe he was a little bit too overconfident because of his early lead. But we'll see. We'll see if HiGhDrA can tighten up his early game and get into the mid game in a better position. Let's go. Let us go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Italian Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is BabyMarine. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player from land of the Netherlands. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back, we'll see if he can recover. It is a HiGhDrA. Here we go. And again, welcome to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps of the map pool. It is more difficult to be aggressive here as the rushes to spike ground is longer. You have more defendable bases as well. The terrain itself does help a defending player, so it is a lot easier here to stabilize and to fortify yourself on a 4-base setup. Because of that, I do favor HiGhDrA here in his ability to defend and to stabilize and to build up on 4 bases. The pressure is going to be a BabyMarine as he does open up double gas. I was about to say that we've seen a lot of Terran players be greedy on this map and try to skyrocket ahead in the mid game and try to overwhelm there in a longer game state, but once again, double gas opener out of BabyMarine. Now, if you remember, what did this lead to in game number 1? Well, we did open up Widowmine drop, then into an early tech lab of the factory, into early tank production, into that Beyond Bush, where he moved out with 2 tanks and a massive amount of vanilla Marines, and he was able to sneak up on the 3rd and break the 3rd. And from there, he just, again, he got ahead, stayed ahead. He never lost that lead. I don't expect to see the same builds, just, you know, referring to what occurred in game 1. From here, we could go into an earlier tech lab into Cyclone production. We can go for a tank drop, we can go for a Cyclone drop, we can go for an add-on swap into Banshee play. There are options here for BabyMarine. I honestly wouldn't be opposed to Banshee play on a map like Tokamak. Just because these frontal assaults are going to be a little bit weaker on this map, it would make sense to just focus on harassment instead. But we'll see. Ooh. As we open up Zealot first. Okay, HiGhDrA just mix it up. Zealot first into the Adept. The goal here is to harass across the map, is to force the CC to be on the high ground. And there it is, high ground CC. It's going to be Hellion first, Reactor on the Rex. Ooh, opening up Reactor to Reaper Hellion. Okay, a much more aggressive start here. Now the goal, depending on how many we make, we could just go up to 3 Reapers or we could go up to 5. If we go up to 5 Reapers and 3 Hellions, then the goal would be to try to break through and try to get into a mineral line. It's all about economic damage. After gaining map control, of course. Reaper moves out, gets 1 probe but gets shut down. Nice defense from HiGhDrA. Ooh, as another Hellion does arrive. Does focus down the Adept and will claim the fight. And behind this, we're not committing. Okay, so we're building up to only 2 Reapers and 2 Hellions. Nothing too committed here. We're switching out of Reaper production into Marines. There's a tech lab on the way on that factory. And from here, our eyes are on BabyMarine. So very light commitment here to the Reaper Hellion. Very light. There we go. Tech lab add-on swap into Banshee play, I would imagine. But how committed? Meanwhile, full wall of fear from HiGhDrA. Hellions, they did not bust into the natural. The wall completes. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Wall does complete, and yep, it's going to be the add-on swap into Cloak Banshee. And we spoke about this at the start of the game, if you recall, about how I do really like the idea of going into Cloak Banshee, specifically on Tokamak. We spoke about how these straight-up pushes are weaker on this map, so focusing and investing that much more into harassments, that can find more success. So Banshee production is on the way, tank production as well. Now, as much as I want to say that yes, this can lead to a lot of harassment and then you can build up, because of the early tank production, this might actually lead into a straight up push with tanks alongside Banshees as well. Or you could actually harass with Banshees, and as you're harassing, bam, you rock up with your bio tank. So we'll see how BabyMarine does bring this all together as the first Banshee is moving out. Moving out with the first and producing the second. Meanwhile, HiGhDrA back at home, he did go, oh my god, 4-gate blink! I just assumed it was going to be 3. 4-gate blink stalker out of HiGhDrA, hyper aggression from our Protoss player, and he's going across the map. There's 1 tank back at home, the bunkers are done, we have a second bunker on the way, and again, BabyMarine, he is in danger, he's in trouble here. basically HiGhDrA, he's committing on 2 bases. He is committing quite hard. He's laying his 3rd base in favor of extra gateways, in favor of extra stalkers, warp-ins, and going for the bunker. Tank is too far behind. Bunker goes down. Massive pickup. Going for the 2nd bunker as well. Has 0 bunkers on low ground. Has control of the natural. Takes down the SCVs. At the same time, Banshee does harass. Probes are going to be going down. But HiGhDrA doesn't care. He blinks in. Takes out one of the tanks. He gets 1. Ooh, but there's a defensive Banshee. There's a Banshee to defend. Back at home, the Banshees are still wreaking havoc. More probes are going down. But when HiGhDrA, he doesn't have any gas income. He pulled out of gas. Yes, we can only warp in Zealots. Ideally, he wants Stalkers here. HiGhDrA, can he still pull this off? Ideally, wants to bait up the tank shot. It does land behind the tank. First tank goes down. Boys are being pulled. Can we blink away? Oh god, no! So many stalkers are falling. Yes, so many dead stalkers. 23 probe kills across the Banshees. They wreak havoc. Everything is dead. Everything's on fire. And HiGhDRA's completely all in. And again, he just lost so many stalkers. He's trying to reinforce. Tank does move in. Ooh, snipe on the Banshee. The Banshee gets sniped. Bunker is done. Mass repair. He wants that tank. There's another. Can he get it? Again, he's all in, but he's running out of stalkers. Down to 4. 4 stalkers left. Has to blink away. Boys are being pulled. And again, back at home, HiGhDRA, he has no economy. He has no economy. Everything is dead. Oof. And BabyMarine, he holds. He barely holds on. GG gets called. And BabyMarine, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. Este, BabyMarine. Again, ending up in a weird base trade. Remember, we had 4-gate blink out of HiGhDRA, but no detection. No detection, no defenses back at home. He was completely all in, and because he pulled out of gas when he was defending against the Banshees, he had no gas income for extra stalker warp-ins. He was warping in Zealots instead, which did delay him, and he barely didn't have enough to break through. I mean, he kind of did, but he lost so many stalkers in the process. He bled out so many units trying to break that siege line. He was doing a lot of damage, but he was all in. Damage was not good enough. He had to kill BabyMarine. Instead, he maimed him. Alas, that wasn't enough to stop him. GG, well played. Congratulations, BabyMarine will claim the series. Congratulations. And that leads us into the next round. Exclamation mark, be in the chat, have a look at the bracket yourselves. Let us catch on up on the bracket itself. Let's go from the top.